Hi everybody. So this is the last video number 6, where we will be talking about the small intestines and the large intestine, the disease in the small intestines and the disease in the large intestine. So before we start, I just wanted to remind you that we are starting with the free challenge on 9th of May. So everybody who wants to join with this GDS-Free challenge, which is gluten, dairy, sugar-free challenge, starting on 9th of May, you can join the group on the link above, and I will be sending you everything what you need to do in the Facebook group. Okay, so let's get started. So the diseases in the small intestine I will be talking about, it will be Duodentis, Sibo, and Leaky Gut. So Duodentis is actually gastritis or ulcers of the duodenum, which is an inflammation in the duodenum, same like in the stomach. Symptoms of duodentis is like a burning sensation, cramping, feeling like a hunger, pain in the stomach, gas, bloating, nausea, vomiting, feeling full after starting a meal. So this is actually same inflammation like in the duodenum, the first part of the small intestine, which after the stomach it's very close, and if the stomach is inflamed and has ulcer or gastritis, so it can easily transfer to the first part of the duodenum because it's very close. The next one is Sibo, which is small intestinal bacteria overgrowth, which as you can see, it means that the small intestines, the bacteria in the small intestines have overgrown. When bacteria normally grows in the other part of the digestive system, it overgrows in the small intestines. It can cause pain, diarrhea, and constipation. It can be methane dominant, hydrogen dominant, or a hydrogen sulfate, the third one. So the methane is the mostly constipation, and the hydrogen is mostly diarrhea, and hydrogen sulfate is a mixed one. So the symptoms can be nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, bloating, uncomfortable feeling after eating, like fullness, unintentional weight loss, and malnutrition because cannot absorb the nutrients from the food. This is mostly caused by food poisoning, which I don't know that any person have not experienced any time if they are in their life food poisoning of some food. Like it usually goes with diarrhea when you ingest some bad bug, and it usually can lead to hypothyroidism, diabetes, chronic infections, and mold toxicity. So what to avoid if somebody has experiencing SIBO? So you need to avoid the fructans, the sugary fruit, and some vegetables. So the simple sugars, the carbohydrate rich food, probiotics and prebiotics to avoid. Yes, you heard me well. And fructans, which are sugar molecules found in the grains, in the wheat, and galactans, which are sugar molecules found in legumes. Next one is leaky gut, my favorite. Okay, so leaky gut means that the gut is permeable, has holes because it's damaged, and food particles also with toxins and undigested food and some bacteria may leak through the gut wall and goes into the blood and cause inflammation. So leaky gut is very serious disease which must be addressed and healed. So if you want to know more, because I go deeper in explaining leaky gut in my free 3-part video series where I explain how and why leaky gut happens and what are the steps to follow in order to heal the leaky gut. And this 3-part video series will be starting after the challenge, GDS challenge. So you can subscribe now if you don't want to miss it on the link in the description, and for sure you will be getting each time the video is released on your email. Okay, so let's go to the next one, disease in the colon. So I will be addressing IBS and Crohn's disease. Usually when somebody goes to the gastroenterologist, the doctors usually diagnose them with IBS. So that's irritable bowel syndrome. So that means the intestines are irritable and the person may be IBS-D, diarrhea, or IBS-C, which is constipation. So that's the diagnosis the doctors can give you. And also it can be mixed diarrhea and constipation. So usually this also comes with food poisoning, where we have disbalance in the bacteria in the colon. So like we had Sibo in the small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, we can have LIBO, large intestinal bacteria overgrowth, and the symptoms and the causes are similar. So we have oversensitive nerves now in the colon from this, and we can experience also pain, bloating, cramps in the colon, increased gas and mucus in the stool. So some home remedies, what we can do about this issue is like starting to exercise to move the body, so it will move the intestines and eliminate the bloating and the gas. Avoiding caffeinated beverages like coffee, green tea, black tea, eating smaller meals, minimizing stress. Avoid fried food, spicy food, dairy, gluten, sugars and beans. For some people, adding some spices like ginger, peppermint and chamomile can reduce these symptoms. Next one is Crohn disease. So I believe that many of you have heard about this disease. This is inflammation in the colon. And Crohn disease is like mainly in the colon, and it's like partial inflammation, like here and there and in many places, or in one place maybe starting. But ulcerative colitis, that's a bigger inflammation which takes bigger part of the colon. So like let's say one part of the colon is whole inflamed. That's ulcerative colitis. But the Crohn disease is a small inflammation. So symptoms can be pain, cramping, diarrhea, mouth sores, weight loss, pain or drainage near or around the anus due to inflammation in the tunnel near the skin. It's called fistula. The ulcerative colitis, as I mentioned, is a larger portion of the colon inflamed, and it can cause bleeding, stress and anxiety, of course, fever, and also anemia. The best natural treatment is to avoid spicy food, dairy, alcohol, processed food, sugars, and carbohydrate food. Beneficial is to take olive oil, omega-3, berries, spinach, bell peppers, turmeric, and to reduce stress. Usually, many people are experiencing more than one of these disease and symptoms. For example, I had Sibo, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. I was bloated all the time, and LIBO, which is large intestinal bacterial overgrowth. And actually I had methane, so constipation, methane dominant, and I had leaky gut. So everything together. So usually they come all of them together, most of them together. So from leaky gut, I had the symptoms which are inside the body, like fatigue, like thyroid problems, eczema, memory problems and concentration problems. I had low energy. I had back pain also, and many other health issues like panic attacks, anxiety. So those symptoms are from leaky gut. Also joint pain is a symptom, and skin rashes, and any other autoimmune disease is a cause from leaky gut. So if you have experienced any of these symptoms, write below. And also I will be having Q&A session very shortly, and I'm gathering all the questions which you have been posting and commenting on these 6-part videos, and I will be answering them next time in my Q&A session. So make sure you write in the comments if you had experience, if you have any of these issues that I have mentioned in this 6 video series on how our digestive system works. Plus, don't forget to join the group for the GDS-Free challenge, and subscribe to the 3-part video series where I will be explaining about leaky gut, and you will get the full understanding why and how this happened and what are the steps to follow to heal the leaky gut. Okay, the links are in the descriptions, and see you in the next Q&A sessions. Bye!